Violet was diagnosed with hydrocephalus at 35 weeks old. We took her to the GP a couple of times after she was born because she was being sick. And then we took her to out of hours one day because we just had enough, really. We knew there was something more serious going on. And they diagnosed her there. The following day, we were blue lighted to Cardiff. And the day after that, at 13 weeks old, she had a VP shunt fitted. As parents, it was quite a scary time. Obviously, we had a lot of information thrown at us that we didn't really understand the term of. Neither of us had ever come across the word hydrocephalus before, didn't know what it meant, didn't know what her outlook would be. So we had quite a lot of information thrown at us. No one could tell us for sure if she would ever talk or walk. And then a couple of days after the shunt was fitted and we had a lot of information, we left. And luckily, her neuro nurse gave us contact details for Shine, which has been a complete lifeline for us. So we contacted them, and I think it was a week after Violet came out of hospital, we met Shan from Shine, and she helped guide us through hydrocephalus and what it meant, and stories of other children that also had the condition, similar to Violet. And what their outlook was, which actually set our minds at ease a little bit as to what we faced and knew going forward. From there, we got introduced to Bronwyn, who has been absolutely incredible. I can't praise her enough. She's Shine's physio, and she worked with Violet a lot. We saw her on a weekly basis initially, from when Violet was first diagnosed. Violet hated tummy time. She would not lay on the floor. She cried the entire time. It was just uncomfortable. So Bronwyn taught us ways to make it more comfortable for her by laying her on our chest, across our legs. And with time, this built up her core muscle strength, and she became stronger and didn't mind so much. We then continued to see Bronwyn, especially over the first year of Violet's life. We noticed that Violet was bum shuffling rather than crawling, and crawling is so key to a child's development, that Bronwyn actually taught us how to get her into positions to crawl rather than bum shuffle, and this worked really well. And eventually, she taught Violet how to get up into a standing position, which we were amazed at because we weren't even sure that that was a possibility, really. And then when Violet was 15 months old, through a lot of help and encouragement from Bronwyn, she took her first steps unaided, which was just baffling to us because we weren't even sure we'd get to that point. So it was amazing. And then we continued to see Bronwyn. She's worked with her through sensory processing issues because Violet had a lot of issues when it came to certain textures and feelings and smells. She's still extremely sensitive to any bad smells. They can still set her off and make her sick. But she's a lot better than she used to be, and that's thanks to Bronwyn, really. And we also, through Shine and their funding, also had hydrotherapy sessions with Bronwyn, which she absolutely loved. The water for Violet and being in the water and just moving her muscles was incredible, and she loved it. And it was a way of meeting other children that had spina bifida or hydrocephalus and speaking to other parents, and that was absolutely incredible for her. And then from there, we got in touch with other parents, and we went on other Shine events, days out, which were invaluable. And to see her with other children that had similar conditions to her and just watching her with them, that was really, really nice. And talking to other parents and their experiences, it kind of filled in the gaps that we didn't really know were there, I suppose. Violet's had quite a tricky time with hydrocephalus. She's had 10 shunt revisions over the course of her 5-year life. She's also been diagnosed with slip ventricle syndrome, so the ventricles are smaller, which means that they can collapse around the shunt. So she's had quite a lot of problems, but Shine's always been there as a great support to us, really. And knowing that they're there if we've got any questions. Violet's just started reception, so they were really kind and sent out a lot of information that we could give to the school around hydrocephalus, so they were aware of Violet's condition, how it impacted her, and her outlook, and how to give them tips and hints really on how to help her through her education. And so knowing that we've got that support has been invaluable, really. And as I say, just brought Violet on so much. I can't emphasize enough how much the support has meant to our family, and how great it's been.